Okay, I got two more people I want a fast opinion on,
Okay.
and then I think
Okay.
that's the point to wrap it up.
All right, here we
Dick
fucking go.
Masterson.
What a fucking no, no, no. I'm going to be appearing on Dick Masterson on Sunday, by the way.
Yeah,
I'm having an appearance on Dick Masterson Sunday.
And
You
what
have a
about
problem with him?
I have a problem with everybody. Rather, everybody has a problem with me too.
Okay.
What
like
about
that
Vito,
you.
his co-host?
Okay, so again, I'll tell you, here's the truth, right? I always speak the truth. I asked because I appeared on Dick Masterson without Vito last year during my comic book launch. Now, what I've seen about Dick Masterson is that he was also shitting on Rippaverse and stuff like that, which I kind of thought was kind of cool. Again, I'm not a guy that tunes into the podcast really at all. You know what I'm saying? So I just know through osmosis. I know things. But you're about to tell me that Dick Masterson has like 15 illegitimate black children and he fucking strangled a baby in a bathtub.
I'm not gonna tell you anything. I think it's best. I think you gotta live innocent.
What I heard about Vito is he's like a pedophile type of guy or something like that. I don't know. He's a pedophile, and what I know about Vito too is like he created okay, wait. I gave Vito some tips and DMs a little bit when he started his comic book. I was like, listen, because he asked a question on. Okay, let me remember this correctly. He asked a question on Twitter. He was like, he put like some kind of a retro filter on his book, and it was like, what do you guys prefer, with or without retro filter? And all my alarm bells went off. I'm like, dude. So I had to DM him because of my professional concern. I was like, listen, don't put a retro filter on your fucking comic book. I'm like, how are you going to print it? If you're going to print your comic on this and this type of paper, you're already going to have that sort of retro look that you want organically. So if you add a retro filter, that's going to fuck up. So I just felt the need to just kind of help him. And what I remember from that conversation was that he says, oh, who's doing your lettering? And I said, me. He's like, and who does your inks? I'm like, me. And I remember him saying, oh, wow, that's a lot of hats. That's what I remember from Vito. And then I know he's a raging pedophile.
The short with his...
I'm not saying that. Sorry, yeah, go ahead. I'm not saying that.
I'm not trying to get you in trouble, I promise.
I never say something like that. You can get me in trouble. I can give a fuck, dude.
His issue is that if you were to be as generous as humanly possible to Vito, what he did is that he wanted to get attention. So when that movie Cuties came out, he and Dick made like a bunch of jokes about how it's like the best movie ever. And he went on and on about defending the right to life of pedophiles. He did like all this shit to get like attention in the most generous interpretation possible. And that kind of miasma of being the Cuties guy and being the pedophile and the guy associated with Max Carson, who also did a thing about Cuties. It's like that's their issue. It's like if you were to try and advocate for them, is that they stuck their whole face up to their fucking neck in shit. And now they smell like shit, and it's difficult for them to kind of recover from that. So.
Gotcha. Now, again, I literally am not familiar with the guy at all. I just told you exactly what I know about this guy. If he defended, if he's like literally, because I've heard some guys look something like Cuties comes along, and again, listen, I'm such a bad person to talk about this type of stuff because I have never watched Cuties. Whenever stuff like that happens, I see it for what it is. It's sort of like this again. It's like this drama farming type of thing. To me, when Cuties came out, I was just okay. Here's the thing of the week. You know what I'm saying? Now, what I remember of Cuties, what was Cuties again? It was like a couple that had like sexualization of little kids.
It was like it was released in French. It was called Les Mignons or whatever. It just means like the littles, I want to say, or like I don't know what the fuck it was, but it was like supposed to be about like French African kids coming of age. But it was mostly the thing that people commented about was that there was a lot of crotch shots of like little girls in leotards dancing, and it was very weird and obviously sexualized. Okay.
Well, that's obviously bad. Oh yeah, wasn't it like I think Sneeko? Wasn't he also a guy that defended that movie? Because wasn't it like the narrative in the movie was like, I mean, I could be wrong, right? Just tell me if I'm wrong. Wasn't it like the movie sort of like depicted degeneracy of like the West, and then like the African kids showed like the Western girls how not to twerk and be Muslim or something. Was that what it was? Or no, I might be completely off.
No, I don't. Sneeko was like a Muslim, so he was like defending. I think I don't remember Sneeko's drama. I'm not familiar with him, but there was supposed to be like a culture clash thing where it's like American dancing is clashing with East African Muslim traditions, and that was the point on paper.
What I hear, what bothered me about this, if I would have to look into the situation, I already know what would bother me about this is that this is some kind of a lesbian feminist that got funded by the French government, and another person with a really good idea, proper movie idea, got snubbed out because he didn't check all the diversity boxes. And then this was to whoever has like the big government taxpayer art fund in Paris. They decided to go with one of their communist, nepotistic fucking friends, and they gave some fucking lesbian a bunch of money to make like a movie about immigration, a reconciliation. That's what that sounds like to me. I might be completely off. And then to me, what I hear when people start fucking having internet debates about that, you're actually you're part of the problem, because you're proving to these commies that have subverted the entire art scene, who are wasting taxpayer monies and subsidies, that this, it's causing a debate, Now, if they're actually showing like child porn and that, obviously they should all be fucking put on their knees and have a little, I'm not gonna fed post right now, but that would be my opinion.
No,
you know what I'm saying?
I wasn't trying to like drag you into the muck of debating Cuties, because like I don't. It's like 4 years fucking old at this point. I'm just letting
movie.
Yeah, I'm just. I kind of wanted to. I don't know. Maybe it was
cause a lot of trouble with me when I have to appear in that show, and I go, "Hey, Josh, you told Josh that he was a pedophile." Listen, again, I can deal with that shit. I really don't care. You can go ahead. Really, I can take it. We'll do it. If they cancel my appearance, they're gonna be sorry for that. And I don't think they won't. They wouldn't do that.
They want you. You're like
Listen.
You're a boon. You're a boon to their show.
I'm boon.
You're a boon to their show, like a good thing.
Right. Listen. If he's a pedophile, I'll ask him about it. I'm like, listen, I've been hearing you're a pedophile. What is that about?
I mean, if you do that, I'll play the clip. I'll take the response. I'll play it.
Listen, dude, I'm genuine. Now that I've heard that he's a pedophile, I'll go listen. Dude, by the way, Vito, I've been hearing you're a pedophile. What is that about? We'll ask him that.
Okay.
But it has to be genuine. I'm not gonna if everybody starts. Oh, here's the rundown on Vito. This is what he did. I kind of don't want to know. You know what I'm saying? I'll ask him about it. Sure.
Yeah. Okay. I'd be curious to see what he says.